Hey everyone, today's episode is a life update with me. A lot has been going on in the last couple of months and I haven't really posted much about it, so I'm going to talk about it all today. Things like why I've just quit my job, which I know most of you would have found me through the Someone I Work With page that Juria started. Why I've lost 7,000 followers in the last couple of months, and where I'm planning on heading in the future, some exciting projects that I've got going on, and a big relocation coming up soon as well. So let's get started with why I've just quit my job. The company that I was working for, I actually moved to Malaysia just to work for them because they are quite an impressive brand and company, and I wanted to be a part of that. We had a good conversation a couple of weeks ago about the brand that the company's trying to build and the brand that I'm currently trying to build as well, and whether they were aligned. And we could honestly agree that they weren't. And that's no disrespect or negativity towards the company or even to what I'm trying to do. They just weren't on the same path. For the company, it was all about building that corporate brand, always being seen in the suit with the tie and always being your professional best. And for me, the platform that social media has given me it makes me want to give back to some of the podcasts and the informative content that has helped me through some of my life's journeys. And I want to do the same. I want to create that as well. And I don't believe that the two have to be mutually exclusive. I do believe that I can be honest, vulnerable, and have deep conversations that aren't related to finance and still be taken seriously as a private wealth manager. We'll see if that's the case. So what am I going to be doing next? I'm still going to be doing the private wealth management. The clients that I've built up through my time in the industry have become really close friends. And it's one of my favorite things is to be working with people that I like and helping them grow their wealth and seeing them benefit from working together. So that's something that I want to keep doing forever. And I will still keep taking on a few more clients in that area as well. But I have a platform now that Juria has given me through the TikTok that she was running, which has led to me getting hundreds of messages a week of people saying they don't understand anything about finance. Like, where do I even get started with investing? And it's made me want to try and help on a broader scale as well. I think one of the problems with finance is that the people who can afford a private wealth manager are generally the people that need it the least, and the people that need it the most can't afford one, right? And they need to understand what was never taught to us in school about financial basics and literacy and the right investment habits and so on, because literally anyone could do it. It's just, where do you start? And there's so much misinformation out there as well that it can be very difficult. So what I am doing, I'm building a project which I'm working incredibly hard on. I'm not sure I've ever worked on anything as hard as this in my life. But I'm building a course which is all about the steps taken needed to achieve financial freedom. And I want to make it accessible for everyone. So I've bought all the equipment to get set up for it. And that's the mics, the cameras, the course platform, and so on. And I've also hired a video editor to generate some animations to try and keep it as interesting as possible, because I know finance isn't as exciting for everyone as it might be for me. And I want to start putting that out there, and I want to start feeling like I'm helping even more people through that. And I'm yet to see if it will work and pay off. Feels like a big gamble at this stage, but I've had some positive feedback on the idea and now just need to come up with the execution, right? So if anyone would be interested in hearing more about that, then drop me a message, because I would be looking for some feedback before it goes live, and also offering the opportunity for pre-registration on that one as well. Hopefully going to be live within a month, and then just keep growing from there if it's well received and people find it as useful as I hope they will. So yeah. Next subject. Why I've lost 7,000 followers since I started Growth Game. So this one isn't something that bothers me or I'm upset about, but I did just kind of want to talk about it because I feel like it is an interesting subject, because I get comments like this. Going to get my fancy video editor to clip that on there, hopefully successfully. And genuinely no hate towards this comment or the person who left it, because it made me laugh out loud, and genuinely thank you for making me giggle. But it did just give me an interesting perspective into the mindset of some of the people that are following me, right? they're there because they want a specific type of content. And the easiest thing to do would be to cater to that, to just start putting out the content that people are looking for, start on OnlyFans or whatever else. But for me, that's not what I want to do. And for me, I would rather lose or have a load of people unfollow because I'm putting out content that I'm proud of. And yeah, I would sleep a lot better at night rather than catering to that, making a bunch of money off OnlyFans and just feeling not proud of myself. Now, I don't have a problem with the thirst trappy content or anything like that as well. And Juria and I filmed some content in Bali, which we've been sitting on for a while, waiting for the right time to release, which has definitely pushed the boundaries of anything we've done before. And I'm okay with that. But for me, the content that I'm putting out myself is stuff that I want to be having these deep and hard, meaningful conversations that really get the brain thinking and can help people on an intellectual level. And if people aren't here for that, then no hate. I don't blame them. They followed along for some lighthearted, fun content. And if I'm not putting that out, then, no problem at all, and wish you guys the best. There will be some more of that coming at some point and in smaller phases, but on my own personal accounts, I know what I want to be doing. I know what I want to be achieving. And I think that I've got to go backwards to go forwards here, right? Because a lot of people are following for what they're hoping for thirst trap content and so on. So as they drop off, as I disappoint them by putting out this boring intellectual stuff, there will reach a point where the people that are left are genuinely interested in that and in the self-development and growing, and then it will start growing again. So I'm aware that I'm currently, going backwards, and it's kind of an inverse journey, I think, for people starting out on their own social media, because usually you start seeing growth from the beginning, right? And then it hopefully grows exponentially. Whereas for me, I'm starting out on this journey and causing a decline by doing it in the hopes and the belief that it will turn and start growing again in the future. So I hope I'm right. And I hope I don't end up just burning the whole lot, because then maybe I've got to question the content that I'm putting out there. But I do believe that the content that I'm putting out at the moment is going to help a lot of people, and I'm going to get a lot better at it as well. It's just got to be one of those things where you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when it feels like it's not working, and just trust in the process. And who knows, maybe I'll look back on this exact video in a couple of years and think, I knew it and I stuck to it. Maybe I'll look back in a couple of years and think, shit, Tom, I got that wrong. I should have just started an OnlyFans. We'll see. But yeah, for now, that's the goal. Just trust in the process, keep going one foot in front of the other. And the people who are interested in what I want to share, then great. I love having you along, and thank you so much. So, a bit deeper on the objectification and topless content. Am I all right with it? Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's been good fun. It doesn't upset me at all. And I get a lot of people messaging saying, like, if it was the other way around, then it would be unacceptable. And sure, maybe it would, but it's not. It's the way that it is. I don't feel unsafe from anything. I don't feel offended by anything, because I think anyone that does leave nasty comments is really just a reflection on where they're at mentally at the time doing it. So I don't take it personally. And it has been a journey of getting more and more comfortable with it as I go. So yes, with the Someone I work with page, there is going to be a big surprise dropping soon there. Jury's having some issues with the TikTok account at the moment. But yeah, when that goes live, I think that will satisfy a lot of the people that had perhaps dropped off too early due to my content shift. So yeah, what's next for me? Next, I'm likely going to be moving to Portugal, which is kind of exciting. It's again another country that I've never been to before. That's a lie. I was there when I was 6 months old, but I think it's fair to say that I probably don't have a good gauge of what the country's like based on that short trip 30 years ago. So I did the same when I moved to Malaysia. I'd never been here before, but I kind of like the excitement of that, just moving to a new place. And what's the worst that could happen, right? Arguably, what's happened in Malaysia was one of the worst case scenarios when I was coming over here. But the social media stuff was that I came over here, it doesn't work out, and then 6 months later, I've got to go home. It's basically what happened. And look at what's happened. I'm fine. Going to fall forward. Going to hopefully use the other things that have happened here that are positive to grow. And yeah, just makes the story even better, right? So let's see what Portugal holds. It's not 100% on that front just yet, because I'm waiting for some confirmation on a tax regime that they run there. And that's what's inspiring me to go, as well as working with some close friends over there on some other projects. So yeah, stay tuned for that. With the Growth Game, the podcast, I'm going to keep putting everything into that, and hopefully people will find it as helpful as I intend it to be. And hopefully I keep getting better and better and can then reach more people through it. But really appreciate everyone who's been along for the ride so far, who's dropped me feedback, and I've tried to reply to as many people as possible. And if I've ever missed your messages on, when you're actually trying to help me with this, then I apologize. But try again and I will give you a groveling apology. The people dropping the comments, sharing the episode so that it can reach more people as well. Like, honestly, it means so much. And thank you all for that. Stay tuned for the course. And again, drop me a message if you are interested in improving your life financially and getting the right financial habits in place early, because the earlier you get them in place, the more likely it is you're going to be able to be financially free, whatever your definition of that is at some point in your life. And yeah, thank you all. And that'll be it from me. Stay tuned for an episode next week with a close friend of mine, Eva. Look forward to hearing what you all think about it then. Thank you.